Chosen one, if you have stumbled upon this message today, I need you to stop scrolling and listen with your entire heart. This is not a coincidence, and it is certainly not an accident of the algorithm. You have been specifically guided here because an unprecedented wealth transfer is currently being set into motion with your name written on it. Your family will not believe it. Your friends might question it. In truth, even you might struggle to comprehend the sheer magnitude of what is about to unfold in your life. But heaven has already funded it, and the universe has already signed off on your breakthrough. For so long, you have carried a quiet sense of destiny, a faint but undeniable whisper in your spirit, telling you that your life was meant for something much larger than the daily struggles you have been enduring. You are part of a rare group of souls who feel things deeply, who give endlessly, and who have often wondered when it would finally be your turn to receive. The wait has felt agonizingly long, hasn't it? You have watched others effortlessly step into their seasons of harvest while you remained in the shadows, quietly tending to your responsibilities, holding on to faith even when your strength was fading. Hear this clearly. Your patience was never a punishment. It was a divine preparation. What is coming to you now is not something small, ordinary, or fleeting. It is a monumental turning point, a permanent elevation that will completely shift the foundation of what you once believed was possible for someone like you. The blessing forming in the unseen realm right at this very moment is so exquisitely arranged, so profoundly tailored to your deepest, unspoken prayers, that human logic will completely fail to explain how it arrived at your doorstep. This is not about sheer luck, and it is not a random roll of the dice. This is the magnificent result of divine timing colliding with your unwavering endurance. The forces that govern the stars have been doing a quiet work behind the scenes, weaving together opportunities, opening previously locked doors, and shifting the hearts of decision-makers to favor you. This is why you have felt so restless lately. It is the spiritual friction of your old reality giving way to a brand new timeline of unimaginable abundance. If you can feel the heavy chains of financial worry and emotional fatigue beginning to loosen just by hearing these words, it is because your soul recognizes the truth before your eyes can see the physical evidence. The shift is already here. Anchor this energy, claim your rightful inheritance, and signal to the universe that you are finally ready to receive without guilt or hesitation. Type 777 right now to lock in this divine frequency and declare that your season of overwhelming prosperity has officially begun. There have been so many seasons where you felt completely overlooked, haven't there? Let us speak honestly about the quiet battles you have fought, the ones no one else ever saw or understood. I know there were nights when you laid awake, staring into the dark, feeling the heavy, suffocating weight of endless responsibilities pressing down on your chest. You gave your energy, your time, and your deepest love to people and situations that rarely, if ever, returned the favor. You smiled through the sheer exhaustion. You showed up for others when your own spirit was deeply weary and craving rest. You constantly poured from a cup that was dangerously close to empty, silently hoping that someone, somewhere, would notice your effort and offer you the support you so desperately needed. In those deeply silent moments, surrounded by the shadows of uncertainty and financial pressure, you may have wondered if your prayers were just drifting into the void, bouncing off the walls of an indifferent universe. You felt the profound isolation of being the strong one, the person everyone else relies on, but who has absolutely no one to lean on when the storm hits. It felt as though you were walking a lonely, uphill path, carrying a burden entirely invisible to the rest of the world. But hear this now, and let it sink deeply into your soul. Nothing you went through went unseen. Not a single tear, Not a single sigh of frustration and not a single moment of your silent endurance was ignored by the divine forces watching over you. It is absolutely crucial for you to understand right now that the grueling waiting period you just survived was not a punishment. It was not a sign that you were forgotten, and it was certainly not an indication that you are unworthy of a beautiful, abundant life. Human nature so often tells us that delay means denial, but divine wisdom operates on a completely different, much higher frequency. The immense difficulties, the heartbreaks, the closed doors, and the financial struggles were never meant to break you. They were meticulously designed to expand you. Think of a vessel being forged in a fiery furnace. The heat is intense, sometimes feeling entirely unbearable, but it is the absolute only way to harden the clay so it can hold the vastness of the ocean. Your soul was being expanded. Your emotional and spiritual capacity was being stretched to its absolute limits so that you could contain the magnificent magnitude of the blessing that is now moving rapidly toward you. If this immense wealth, this absolute breakthrough, had been handed to you a year ago, or even a month ago, you might not have been truly ready to manage it, protect it, or allow it to flourish. The struggles you endured burned away the fragile parts of your fears and replaced them with a profound resilience, deep empathy, and an unshakable grace. Your past is not a graveyard of failed attempts or wasted years. It is the rich, fertile soil from which your greatest and most permanent harvest is about to bloom. Everything you thought you lost is about to be returned to you multiplied. Take a slow, deep breath right now. And as you exhale, I want you to consciously release that heavy, invisible backpack of worry you have been carrying for so many years. Let it slide completely off your shoulders. You do not have to fiercely protect yourself anymore. You do not have to constantly live in survival mode, bracing for the next emergency, the next unexpected bill, or the next bitter disappointment. You are safe now. There is a gentle, powerful, unseen energy wrapping around you at this very second. It is a guiding presence that has actually been walking beside you this entire time, even when you felt the most abandoned. This divine presence is what caught you every time you stumbled, and it is what secretly gave you the quiet strength to wake up and try again on the mornings you just wanted to give up. Now, this energy is stepping to the forefront of your reality, clearing the obstacles out of your path with an effortless, miraculous grace. The heavy lifting is over. The endless striving, the grinding, and the fighting for every little inch of progress is finally coming to an end. You are gracefully transitioning from a harsh season of exhausting labor into a beautiful season of ease, flow, and receiving. You will begin to notice this safety in your own physical body. First, a sudden softening in your jaw, an unclenching of your fists, a relaxing of your shoulders, and a newfound ability to sleep peacefully through the night without your mind frantically racing toward tomorrow's anxieties. The universe is whispering to you, assuring you that the struggle has been completed. You are protected, you are wildly provided for, and you are fiercely loved by a creator who never took their eyes off you. As this profound healing begins to wash over you, soothing every ache and quieting every old, lingering fear, it is time for you to consciously accept this release. You are no longer the victim of your past circumstances. You are the chosen recipient of divine, life-altering favor. If you can feel this invisible weight finally lifting from your spirit, if you can feel the warmth of this unseen protection enveloping your heart right now, do not let this sacred moment pass without claiming it. Acknowledge this beautiful release and signal to the universe that you are finally ready to lay down your heavy armor. Type 1111 in the comments right now to confirm that you are releasing the pain of the past, dropping the invisible burdens, and stepping fully into the divine safety and boundless abundance that has been meticulously prepared just for you. As you begin to feel this profound peace settling into your spirit, you might find yourself wondering a very quiet, lingering question. Why did life have to be this incredibly hard for so long? Why does it seem like some people effortlessly attract wealth, luck, and endless opportunities, while you have constantly felt like there is an invisible wall standing between you and the financial freedom you so deeply deserve? Why do a select few just magnetize money without ever experiencing the grueling exhaustion you have known so intimately? The truth will surprise you, because the gap between endless financial struggle and absolute, overflowing abundance is not about working harder, grinding longer, or even being smarter. It is actually about alignment, and more specifically, the exact frequency your mind is currently operating on. For decades, highly restricted research documents and exclusive, classified neurological studies kept a profound secret securely hidden from the public eye. Specialists discovered a specific, deeply dormant region inside the human brain, a literal prosperity center that, when properly activated, entirely changes the way your mind interacts with the energy of wealth. What they found was a powerful, hidden sound frequency, an ancient yet scientifically proven brainwave that acts as a magnetic pull. When this signal is switched on, it effortlessly draws in new opportunities, unexpected financial windfalls, and total independence, completely bypassing the need for stress or struggle. It is no coincidence that you are hearing this right at this exact second. The divine alignment that brought you to this message is the very same force leading you to this specific, life-changing tool. The universe has already done the heavy lifting of clearing your spiritual path, and now it is directly handing you the physical key to unlock the vault. Thousands of people who were once standing exactly where you are today, tired, overwhelmed, and desperately waiting for a breakthrough, are already applying this exact frequency to completely rewrite their financial destinies. They have flipped the switch, replacing their deep financial pressure with an unshakable calm and an abundance they never imagined possible. You do not have to wait another day, another month, or another year to see your circumstances change. The power to align your physical reality with this divine wealth transfer is literally at your fingertips right now. Click the link in the description and the pinned comment below right now to activate this hidden brainwave today. Switch on your money-attracting frequency and watch how quickly your new life begins. When we speak of this monumental wealth transfer, it is incredibly easy for the human mind to immediately jump to numbers on a screen, to bank balances, and to the sudden, exhilarating relief of having every financial debt wiped completely clean. And yes, that tangible, material abundance is a deeply significant part of what is rapidly making its way toward you. But I want you to listen very closely right now, because the financial elevation is only the very first layer of this divine inheritance. It is merely the outer shell. The true essence of the wealth that is currently taking root in your life is something so profoundly deep, so fundamentally life-altering, that it will restructure the very core of who you are. This wealth is not just currency, it is complete and total clarity. It is a profound, unshakable mental stillness. It is the sudden, beautiful absence of the crippling anxiety that used to wake you up in the middle of the night. For almost as long as you can remember, you have carried a deeply hidden, silent belief that in order to receive anything good in this world, you had to bleed for it. You have operated under the exhausting subconscious program that love, success, and abundance were conditional, that they had to be earned through relentless suffering, extreme sacrifice, and absolute perfection. You have been the ultimate overthinker, the one who meticulously plans for every possible disaster, because, somewhere along the line, your nervous system was taught that the ground beneath you was never truly stable. You are someone who deeply values authenticity and loves with a fierce loyalty, yet you have so often found yourself retreating into your own isolated safe space because the energy of the world felt too harsh, too demanding. In that quiet isolation, your inner critic became exceedingly loud. You have looked at others who seem to receive with such effortless ease and quietly thought, that could never be me. I always have to do it the hard way. Have you not felt that exact sentiment echoing softly in the back of your mind? Have you not secretly wondered if there was some invisible flaw within you, some deep-seated inadequacy that permanently disqualified you from the effortless blessings others seem to casually enjoy? That is the trauma of the past speaking, not the truth of your divine blueprint. Today, in this very moment, that outdated psychological architecture is being entirely dismantled. You are experiencing a profound mindset restructuring, a complete rewrite of your internal software. Heaven is not asking you to work harder to prove you deserve this. The divine forces are not pulling out a microscope to inspect your past mistakes, your moments of doubt, or the times your faith wavered, using them as reasons to withhold your blessing. You are being chosen precisely because of the purity of your heart, not the perfection of your record. The universe knows exactly how many times you were entirely broken, but still chose to be unconditionally kind to someone else. It knows how many times you were completely empty, but still miraculously found a way to pour into the people around you. You are inherently worthy of this massive wealth transfer simply because you exist. Your worthiness is a non-negotiable fact of the cosmos. The universe does not require you to be flawless. It only requires you to be open. As this deep realization begins to truly anchor into your subconscious mind, you will start to notice something entirely miraculous happening, not just in your external circumstances, but within your own physical body. The transformation is deeply physiological. Have you noticed how, over the past few weeks, your mind has occasionally just blanked out on a worry, like a sudden, unexplainable pause, a pattern interrupt in your usual cycle of anxious overthinking? That is not an accident. That is the divine rewiring actively taking place inside your brain. The chronic, low-grade stress that has lived in the background of your nervous system for years, the tightness in your chest, the shallow breathing, the constant, exhausting bracing for the next piece of bad news is beginning to permanently dissolve. You are finally shifting out of the exhausting fight or flight mode that has kept you trapped in a loop of survival programming. You will literally feel your shoulders drop. You will notice that your jaw is no longer clenched so tightly. You will find yourself breathing deeply, all the way down into your stomach, perhaps for the very first time in years. This physical softening is the absolute clearest sign that the blessing is firmly taking root. Your body is finally realizing that the war is over. The struggle has been called off. You are safe. This internal transformation is going to create a brand new lens through which you view your entire reality. Where you once saw impenetrable obstacles and endless limitations, you will now see wide open doors and golden opportunities. Where you once felt an overwhelming, frantic urge to control every tiny detail out of fear that your life would fall apart, you will now experience a profound, sweeping sense of surrender. You will stop trying to forcefully swim upstream, and instead you will allow the gentle, divine current to effortlessly carry you exactly where you need to be. Your thoughts will become incredibly soft, incredibly gentle, and infinitely more hopeful. When an unexpected challenge inevitably arises, instead of immediately spiraling into panic or assuming the absolute worst, you will feel a quiet, sturdy confidence rising from within. It will be a gentle inner voice, whispering to you, "I am divinely guided, fiercely protected, and everything is permanently working out in my highest favor." You will no longer be easily triggered by the chaos of the outside world, because your inner world is becoming an impenetrable fortress of absolute peace. This is the dawn of your true, ultimate liberation. You are being dynamically rewired for permanent joy. The immense wealth of profound peace, the staggering wealth of a quiet, uncluttered mind, and the radiant wealth of unconditional self-love are flooding your spirit right now, blending seamlessly with the financial miracles that are already in motion. You are becoming a living, breathing, magnetic beacon for every incredibly good thing this universe has to offer. The days of chasing, begging, and pleading are completely behind you. You are now stepping into the era of naturally and effortlessly attracting. If you are finally ready to completely release the old, heavy, exhausted identity of the one who constantly struggles, and if you are fully prepared to step into the radiant, peaceful, powerful identity of the one who effortlessly receives, I need you to anchor this exact frequency right now. Do not just let these words wash over you and fade away. Take active ownership of them. Your physical action in this moment serves as the critical bridge between the spiritual promise being offered and the physical manifestation arriving at your front door. Type 2020 in the comments below right now to permanently lock in your perfect vision for this breathtaking new chapter. By typing this, you are declaring to the unseen forces that you are fully open, fully worthy, and entirely ready to handle this multi-layered wealth. And as you feel this beautiful, warm energy actively shifting within your chest, please take just a brief second to gently tap the like button on this video and make sure you are subscribed to the channel. We will never, ever ask you for your money, and we do absolutely no solicitations for donations here. We only ask that you add your unique, beautiful light to this growing family of aligned souls. Your simple engagement helps the algorithm push this vital, healing frequency to another weary person who is desperately sitting in the dark right now, waiting for a sign of hope just like you were. Type 2020, like this video, and subscribe to definitively claim your permanent, magnificent breakthrough. As this beautiful, profound inner calmness takes root in your spirit, you might still feel a tiny fraction of your logical mind trying to figure out the how. You believe in the spiritual shift, but how exactly does this massive wealth transfer physically manifest in your everyday reality? What if I told you that the universe has already provided the exact physical mechanism for this spiritual elevation, and it is entirely backed by breakthrough neuroscience? Deep within previously classified records and restricted research files, experts discovered a highly specific, dormant wealth center located within the human brain. The tragic truth is that the vast majority of individuals walk through their entire lives with this powerful center completely powered off, their neural pathways bogged down by the relentless, heavy noise of chronic stress and pure survival mode. But recently, a little-known 7-second morning habit has quietly resurfaced into public view, and it is changing lives at a breathtaking pace. It is an incredibly simple practice, taking only a few fleeting moments of your day, yet it carries the exact, scientifically measured sound frequency needed to instantly awaken this dormant prosperity region of your mind. The individuals who have bravely chosen to integrate this effortless, hidden brainwave into their daily routines are completely bypassing decades of frustrating financial struggle. They are reporting rapid, undeniable monetary improvements, watching in awe as new doors swing open, unexpected financial windfalls arrive in the mail, and brilliant, life-changing opportunities simply fall directly into their laps. Many now quietly refer to it as the money magnet frequency because of how naturally and quickly it draws in abundance. The divine forces have carefully guided you to this exact message at this precise moment in your life, not just to soothe your weary soul, but to place this definitive, life-changing tool directly into your open hands. This is the physical bridge between your newfound spiritual readiness and your new, wealthy reality. Do not let this divine appointment slip through your fingers because you were too hesitant to step through the door that heaven has just thrown wide open for you. Click the link in the description and the pinned comment below right now. Take just a few seconds to discover this newly disclosed frequency and permanently activate the wealth-attracting brainwave that is already resting inside of you, just waiting to be switched on today. As this breathtaking transformation continues to manifest, rooting itself deeply into the everyday reality of your life, something completely unavoidable is going to happen. The people around you are going to notice. At first, they might not be able to pinpoint the exact mechanics of what has changed, but they will absolutely feel the undeniable, magnetic shift in your energy. They will see the physical, tangible evidence of your new wealth, both in the material blessings that begin to effortlessly and continuously surround you, and in the unshakable, quiet confidence with which you now carry yourself through the world. You will no longer walk into a room carrying the heavy, invisible burden of financial anxiety, people-pleasing, or emotional exhaustion. Instead, you will exude a radiant, magnetic stability that commands silent respect from everyone you encounter. But you must be deeply prepared for this next phase, because not everyone is going to understand it. There will be those in your family, your extended social circles, or figures from your past who will look at this sudden, monumental elevation and feel utterly confused, because they have only ever known the version of you that was struggling, the version of you that was merely surviving from paycheck to paycheck, or the version of you that was constantly bending over backwards to accommodate others. They will try to measure your radiant new reality using the outdated, broken rulers of their own limited experiences. They will question how someone who was once so buried in hardship could suddenly be walking in such absolute, effortless grace. They may even whisper their doubts, projecting their own unhealed insecurities onto your success, questioning the validity of this massive wealth transfer simply because they cannot comprehend the divine mathematics that brought it directly into your hands. When this inevitably happens, you must remember one absolute, unshakable truth. What has been beautifully ordained for you in the highest spiritual realms does not require a single ounce of human approval to exist. You do not need to shrink your magnificent new reality back down to make them comfortable in their stagnation. You do not need to exhaust your precious energy trying to logically explain the spiritual physics of your breakthrough to minds that are stubbornly committed to misunderstanding you. Stop for just a fraction of a second. Notice how your perspective on their opinions has already begun to shift just by hearing these words. In the past, you might have felt a frantic, anxious need to justify your success, to apologize for your blessings, or to over-explain your journey. But that exhausted version of you has been permanently retired. Instead, you are now operating from a beautifully constructed architecture of the mind. Think of it as a vast, perfectly organized external sanctuary for your consciousness, a brilliantly clear system where your thoughts, memories, insights, and divine instructions are meticulously stored, flawlessly managed, and completely safe from the chaotic, intrusive noise of other people's judgments. This newly structured mental clarity allows you to simply observe their doubts with a deep, compassionate detachment, knowing with absolute certainty that your reality is anchored in a truth they simply do not have the spiritual clearance to access yet. This profound mental organization and spiritual clarity is actively leading you directly into the most beautiful and fulfilling phase of this entire journey, the breathtaking revelation of your ultimate life purpose. You see, this massive transfer of resources, energy, and financial favor was never just about making your life comfortable, although you absolutely, unequivocally deserve every ounce of that comfort. It was always about positioning you. You are being carefully positioned to become a powerful, radiant conduit for divine grace. As the abundance continues to flood into every single corner of your existence, you are going to notice a magnificent, fundamental shift in your heart. You will find your spirit becoming incredibly generous, but not in the exhausted, resentful, sacrificial way of your past. You will no longer give from a place of lack, fear, or obligation. You will give entirely out of a magnificent, overflowing surplus. True wealth is not merely about the staggering numbers you accumulate in a bank account or the assets you possess. It is the breathtaking capacity to deeply uplift those around you without ever coming close to depleting your own reserves. Because you have finally secured your own peace, you will naturally find yourself becoming a beacon of absolute calm for others. People will be magnetically, almost unexplainably drawn to your presence, seeking the quiet wisdom and structured peace that now flows so effortlessly from your spirit. You will find yourself naturally offering profound kindness, deep understanding, and gentle encouragement to those who are still walking through the dark valleys you just exited. And in doing so, you will trigger a beautiful, unstoppable ripple effect of healing that extends far beyond your immediate circle. Your very life is currently becoming a living, breathing testament to what is entirely possible when a soul fully surrenders to divine timing and cosmic alignment. You are proving to a tired, cynical world that endless suffering is not a permanent destination, and that miraculous, sweeping, generational change is absolutely real. You will look into the eyes of those who are hurting, and you will not have to say a word to comfort them. Your mere presence, your peaceful posture, and your abundant life will serve as undeniable proof that the light eventually breaks through the darkest clouds. This is the ultimate beautiful responsibility that comes with the wealth transfer, and it is a responsibility you are uniquely, perfectly equipped to handle. You are no longer wandering aimlessly through life, hoping for a lucky break or waiting for someone else to validate your worth. You have officially arrived at the threshold of your true, enduring legacy. Every heartbreak, every silent tear, every sleepless night, and every agonizing delay you ever experienced was simply preparing the solid, unbreakable groundwork for this monumental rise. You are stepping into a position of profound influence and immense prosperity, where your newfound stability will serve as the unshakable foundation for yourself and the countless lives you are destined to touch. If you can feel the beautiful, powerful weight of this new purpose settling deep into your chest, and if you are absolutely ready to release the opinions of the skeptics and step fully into your role as a radiant beacon of divine wealth, it is time to make your declaration to the universe. Lock in this incredibly powerful frequency. Type 1919 in the comments right now to definitively confirm that you are fully stepping into your highest purpose, completely unbothered by the doubts of the world, and entirely ready to let your magnificent light shine without a single apology.